How's it hanging, mobile gamers? Welcome back to Trogthorpe Mobile Gaming. In today's episode, we are going to take a look at the PUBG Mobile 0.12.0 update. As you can see here, jumping in, there's a new feature available coming out soon to PUBG Mobile where you can actually log in and watch your friends as they play. Now, it does not seem to allow any form of communication between you and said friend. I don't know if that's temporary, if it's going to end up like it is when you die and you're still watching your teammate play, where you can still kind of talk to them, or if it's going to just completely cut off communication, just say you can't watch them at all, or you can't talk to them at all. That's what I think is probably going to happen, just to minimize the amount of people having friends come on and watch to give extra tips and pointers. So as you can see, I jumped out there just to test. I'm going to jump back in real quick, enter match again, and it lets me back in right where I left off. Well, not really where I left off, but right where it is now. I jump right back in. So clearly I can jump in and out of the game. My thanks to CaliGreenT for helping with this particular segment of the video. He was able to jump in and start a couple of matches just so that I could test it out. You can see there's also this new feature, the player card. When you are watching someone, you're able to tap on that card, and I've seen it come up when I died and was watching one of my teammates play as well. And he wasn't even a friend. You can see their player profile, what they look like, some stats, some basic information about them. So that's kind of cool too. So you can kind of see who they are, what they're like, so you know what to expect from them. So that's a pretty cool feature that they have there, being able to watch your buddies as they play. This is some more features that they've added for zombie mode. They're trying to drum up a little bit more attention to it. It's fun in short bursts, but the problem that they've had is that people are dropping off. So I think they're adding some new features to make it kind of cool. One of the features here is this here, the RPG, rocket propelled grenade, or rocket launcher. It's a pretty cool little toy. It is not going to be available, from everything I've seen and heard, it is not going to be available at all in the classic matches, arcade matches, any of that. Only in the special event mode here. You can see I found 2 of them. They're actually pretty rare. I played 6 matches before I actually found one. This is the first time I found one, and I found 2 of them. So I'm just cutting through some clips here, so you can see. I found a nice little hidey hole up here where I'm not taking a lot of damage. This isn't the way I would play if I was actually trying to play zombie mode. It takes all the fun and excitement out of it. What I'm doing this for is so that you can see how the rocket launcher works, how accurate it is, its range, all of those sorts of things. I don't want to have to fight through 1,000 different matches just to fire off a few good shots. So I got a good hidey hole up here where I'm not taking any damage, and I'm just kind of letting loose. So see there, I kind of pinpoint where the damage is coming from, or where the shots are coming from, and just fired at it. This one I can actually see this guy up here, so I'm going to shoot it up. As soon as I figure out where he is, I'm going to shoot it in the window. There he goes. He's right up there, so I zoom in. This isn't the real game zooming in. This is me just zooming in after the fact. Slowing it down, obviously. You can see he had plenty of time to get away from about 40 yards, 50 yards out. 50 meters out. He had plenty of time to get away. I don't know if that was just a bot running around or if that was a real person, but I obviously didn't hit them, but it was a pretty cool effect. And it seems like it's fairly accurate. That missile seemed to go right about where I pointed the iron sights there, so. I nailed that zombie clear out there. That was a pretty good shot, pretty good aim from that distance. This one's fun here. Watch this. This guy comes. I see him over on the roof, so I pull it up. He Get ready to fire on him. Just as I fire, he jumps off the roof. I don't know whether it did any damage to him or whether he completely escaped. You can see he was pretty far away from it by the time it went off. It might have given him a little bit of a shock, like a grenade from 20 meters, but I don't think it did a whole lot. And I see some people up at this pink house over here. They'll peek out, open the door. So I let loose a shot. Don't seem to do anything there. Here we go. This is a good one. Blew that guy right out. Another one here. This guy's shooting at me out here. I think it's just a bot taking a pot shot. Boom. Took care of him. And this one's really good here. That one's okay. I just hit a guy there. This is the one I was thinking of right here. So you can see somebody let all these zombies up on the roof here. There's a couple of fat guys and one of the guys that has the shield that charges you. And so I just boom! Right in the center of them all. And they're all dead instantly. So you can see there the amount of damage this thing does. It was able to take out that entire group of fairly powerful zombies in one shot. But out here you can see this guy's about 60 or 70 meters out. I'm going to fire several rounds at him. And I can't make contact. I don't know if I'm doing no damage or just limited damage. I can't tell. This dog zombie attacks me. That's another new feature. They've added these dogs. Also, they've added a zombie or two that are able to jump up. So when you do find a spot that they have a hard time getting to, they can actually jump like a full story and get up pretty high to get close to you. So those dogs are fast and vicious. You get a couple of them next to you and you have a hard time moving anywhere. So I wanted to see here just how much damage these things are doing. I wanted to see how many rounds it takes to completely wipe out one of these big guys here. You can see there's 4 shots and the tyrant's about half dead. 5. Missed that one. There we go, there's 6. He's down to about a quarter of life, so it seems like each one takes about an 1/8 of his life. I don't think that one made any contact. That one did. 7. And 8. Sure enough, exactly 8 shots clears his life. So that's how many it would take. If you want to go attack one of those tyrants, make sure you got 8 shots with you, or you're ready to do a lot of damage with your AR, because it takes quite a bit of damage, quite a few rounds with the AR to clear him. So, well, that is what I've got for you on the RPG, the rocket-propelled grenade rocket launcher. The last thing I've got for you here is this brand new mode of zombie mode that they've added. So instead of flying in and dropping in and fighting against zombies, fighting against other people for the last survival, this one here is just about surviving until the end. It's going to start you out in this little zone. You cannot get outside the blue window until the time is up. Once the match starts, you'll see that the blue zone drops, and it sets you near one of these cities in the big circle. So this one's going to set me near Rostock up in the top. I've had it set me down by the school, by the apartments, and also down by Pachinki. So it's going to set you somewhere in that vicinity. There are other players. You can see that there's about 30 that start out on this. And I just kind of fast forwarded this just to show you the loot. Every single match I've played so far, all I could find until I started killing zombies was SMGs. So I think that's kind of a theme. Maybe it's just a huge coincidence, but I played about 5 or 6 matches and all I ever found was SMGs. So, but I'm just kind of showing you I tear through here, hit a few buildings. Just load up on ammo and different various types of guns as much as I can. Also loaded up on the heals. It's also got this new type of grenade that comes out. It's dry ice bomb, basically. I don't know. It's liquid nitrogen. That's what it is. It's a liquid nitrogen bomb. And what it does is it slows down anybody in the vicinity when they get hit by it. It's a proximity bomb. So you throw it out, and when you know they're coming, if they run past it, it'll set it off and it'll slow down their movement, which can help quite a bit with some of these zombies that rush you. So I'm going to show you here. I fight a few of them early on, and then I take this method of just dodging from side to side because I wanted to survive to the end easily. Again, just like earlier, this isn't how I play when I'm actually playing. This sucks a lot of the fun out of the match, but it's a good way to survive to the end if you want to. You can see they've also added when you're running outside, you get hurt by this noxious gas. This is in both modes now. It's been a while since I played zombie mode live, so maybe it's been in there for a while, but this does some residual damage. So if you're hanging out outside, it makes it really hard to survive. They want you in the buildings. They want you fighting these things close quarters. So I just kind of ran back and forth for a while, jumped ahead here to the end of the first night. The gas clears, you can run around, and now it's got some pods of these super zombies, the fat guys, the guys that charge with the shield, and a few of the smaller zombies. So you can either ignore them or you can go pick a fight with them if you want to get some weapon upgrades. So I'm going to go ahead and here and pick a fight with one of these pods so you can kind of see what you're up against if you do. You can see there's two of the big fat guys, one of the guys with the shield, a bunch of little zombies. I'm going to toss a grenade out there. Not the best way to engage these guys. It just did a little bit of damage. Pissed them off mostly. So now I'm just gonna keep hitting them with the old vector here. Try and knock a few of them down, run away, knock them, run away, shoot them. I toss out one of those proximity bombs it's a stun grenade. That's another new feature, is the stun grenades now do stun zombies. So you can see by tossing that out there, it buys me a few moments of them being completely frozen, or I can just let loose on them, do a lot of damage to those who got stunned without any threat of them charging back. So it wasn't quite long enough for me to totally finish that guy, but it gave me the chance to do a lot of damage and get him close to death. So and then these guys here, the key is to just shoot over their shield. Their head's always exposed, so just keep shooting over the top of their shield, and then when they charge and they swipe with the shield, you have a few moments to shoot the back. So it's mainly just dodge and shoot, dodge and shoot. So I finish this guy off here in just a second, and then I get back to it. I'm just gonna. There we go. He's about dead. I wish it would show these guys' life stats the way it does on the tyrants, the bosses. It would just be a lot more helpful if you could tell how close they were to death, so you could decide if it was worth it to keep fighting or run. But anyway, I finish him there. I'm gonna loot up these guys real quick, get a couple of AKs, so I have some nice powerful ARs. There's another new feature that it added right there, is that super clip. I believe they call it the jungle style clip or something. It actually holds 60 rounds. So you have forever to unload on these guys. It's like having a DP-28 plus a few rounds in your AKM. I mean, this thing just works them. And again, it's only available in zombie mode. But that's to kind of counterbalance the fact that they're pushing you to close quarters indoor combat, is they just give you a lot of rounds to work with, so you're not reloading every few seconds. Jump through another night there, just running from building to building to building to building. There's a tyrant coming, so they do have tyrants here in this mode as well. And then I jump ahead here to the last night. The reason for this, obviously, again, I just want to show you what it's like if you get through the whole night, how it works. So I wait here for these guys to start charging. Sure enough, there's the fat guy coming in, hauling butt toward me. That's a lot of butt to haul. And so I just run from house to house here. If this is what you want to do, just to survive it and have bragging rights, go ahead. If you ask me, it sucks the fun out of the match, but it was an easy way to survive. So that's what I did. Just running house to house here, back and forth, back and forth. They follow you, you get out, you run down to the next one. You jump up to the top floor, wait for them to charge, jump out, run back again to the first one, and you just keep going back and forth, figure 8 style. You can see I do that for a while here. I'm getting down to the final seconds here of the last match. For some reason, they're not charging me anymore, even though it's still night. There we go, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. It says you have survived, target found, supplies will be dropped soon. So I survived to the end. You can see that there's still one other person alive. He's not on my team. You do not have to kill any of the other players unless they have something that you want, or if they're being obnoxious, or if they're a threat to you. If they're not a threat to you, who cares? If you want to charge them down, it could be fun. Make it exciting to kill everybody else. I have had matches where I was the only one left. You still have to survive to the end in this. You do not win simply because everybody else is dead. And you don't have to kill everybody to win. So anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure and hit that like button at the bottom. Subscribe for more content like this. And as always, may you see your enemies first, and may your shot be their last. Thanks for tuning in.